So it was Daenerys Targaryen, the dreamer, Daenerys the dreamer, who started it all. It was the key to everything. Who saved the Targaryens from the doom. Season 3 House of Dragon just ended. Well, quite recently. And my favourite character died at the end. Helena Targaryen. She was a dreamer in the show, which made her character so much more than it actually was in the book. Gave the character depth, gave the character meaning, and guided the show, the entire thing, and was ignored every single corner. Every scene that Alicent goes to find her, she's just ignored. Like, her presence is, like, what she's doing at that moment doesn't matter to Alicent. And they made that so visually obvious. Alicent goes to see Helena for a reason she wanted, not to just see her daughter or spend time with her daughter. Other scenes, you just see her around her daughter, talking to her about what Alicent wants and the needs of the realm and Aegon and how it's important to be king, when she's saying stuff like the beast beneath the boards. There's a beast beneath the boards. She says it twice. The beast beneath the boards was her predicting melees breaking under and out in the open in the Sept when Aegon was crowned. The second time was the centipede, or the first time. I've got it back to front, but the times that you can predict and, you know, piece together what she said to an event that happened, it's pretty easy to do. And I didn't click with this until like my fifth time watching the entire show again, like season 5. Well, season 1. So Helena's got the centipede. She's counting her legs. 240. Talking about chains and rings and how, like, that can be interpreted into be the Targaryen dynasty. But the perfect, like, camera angles and what they did was Alicent got up to say to Aemond, because Aemond was in the room. He walked into the room because this was just after they bullied him for not having a dragon. He wants a dragon. Alicent said, "You will have a dragon." But right at that moment, Helena said, "But you'll have to close an eye." The biggest vision anyone could interpret. The thing about the visions is she doesn't know. I feel she didn't know that she was getting them. Well, her mind knew they were happening, but her body was reacting to them. She's always stitching a tapestry, making a blanket, doing something that is used for a terrible accident in the future. Telling Aegon she was scared of the rats. Aegon interpreted it as, you're fine, the dragons are locked up and they're in the dragon pit. She said, "No, the rats, I can hear them in the walls." And then the second after that, the camera pans onto a scene of a rat catcher. They filmed it so well and put in specific scenes for you to want to or come back to Helena or make people watch it again. And the only reason I found this out was because I've read the book twice. Like, I knew Helena was a dreamer in the show, because she wasn't this in the book, because Viserys is a dreamer in the book. And they mention a lot of Aenor, Aegon the Conqueror's father, his daughter. She's the one who predicted the doom. Daenerys, the dreamer, Targaryen, she wrote a book that it's sought after in the timeline of Game of Thrones, I think, by the Maesters or Old Town or whatever. They want it, but no one's ever found it. She predicted the doom of Valyria. Aenor took a chance to believe his daughter. She was right, and the doom came. The doom being, I think, a lot of volcanic eruptions around Valyria. Dragons died, people died. The richest civilization to ever exist perished overnight, leaving the only one family left, the Targaryens, on Dragonstone, because Aenor fled with his family, and then Aenor died, and that's when Aegon started the conquest. The next dreamer after Daenerys was Viserys. His dreams were visions that he didn't know were visions, but he was too shrouded by being king. His mind was, I feel, a fog of just endless bickering and squabbles and people coming to him with things, and Daemon as well. Like, Daemon was a big part of the series just crumbling and not being able to be a real king. And there's also Otto having his foot on his neck all the time. He's seen him as a good hand, but which brings me to the other vision of Helena, a hand that looms. Just the episode where Aemond is complaining about not having a dragon. The next episode is the one where he claims Vhagar. That scene is where Helena is on the floor and she's playing with a spider and she grabs it. Her first words are a hand that looms. Looming hand. Otto, he's always beady-eyed, always looking for something that's happening. And he reminds me so much of... what's his name? Me and my friends always called him Daddy Lannister, but Big Daddy Lannister. Oh, what was his name? What was Jaime Lannister's name? Jaime Lannister's father's name? Tywin. It was Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister. Him. Wars are won with ravens, not swords. And part of that's true, because all Tywin Lannister did when he was hand was send out ravens, send out messages. You know, kill this, do this for me, betray this lord, or your family will die and your house will never exist. By the way, it's a bag of gold. Otto's giving Tywin Lannister, like, before Tywin was even a thought, because he is from a rich family and knows how to play the game. The game has already been played by Otto, and he says that many a times to Alicent, over and over again. You're in the game now. Like, this is something's going to come of this. What Aemon did was quite right. We will need Vhagar in the future. Spools of green and spools of black is what Helena said next. Was the war, like the greens and the blacks. It was the war. It was the whole dance. she predicted everything, absolutely everything, and no one gave her a second chance, which is sad, but obviously the story. And it was done so well. Like, it was just not ignored. Obviously, to make her a dreamer in the show was to give her a bigger part. And like, when Maylis breaks through the floor, I noticed she had her, she was not looking away. That was different. On a different scene, she had her ears. She was holding her ears, which is like a sensory issue. Like, it's too loud, something's happened that's rattled her, and she's like, she didn't like the noise. It was instant. That was when Viserys fell over, I think, and the swords rattled. But with Maylis and the beast beneath the boards, and Maylis breaks through the sept, she's not looking at Aegon. She's almost anticipating what's going to happen, or her body is, and her mind doesn't know. And she is expecting something. Her body's expecting something. It's crazy to think, but it's amazing. And she was always the best character in the show. The book, Helena, she was a Targaryen, and that was her only. Just a Targaryen. Well, saying she's just a Targaryen, I mean, there's still dragon riders, you know, royalty, but that's what she was in the book. She was just a standard Targaryen and a mother. And in the book, she had another son, and the death of her son just broke her. In the book, she wasn't Helena anymore, and that's when she jumped out the window. Why she jumped out the window in the show, I just didn't brush it off, but the vision seemed to like ignore the fact that she lost a child, but she played it out so well. Like, it was done brilliantly. Fia Sabin is a fantastic actress, and Helena Targaryen deserved to raise chickens on a farm with her son and daughter. It was a sad ending, but yeah. Subscribe.